everybody and welcome to the channel, bobsales this time's next year. Aladdin drops to the veve app Friday the 22nd of September, 8 AM PT, which of course is 4 PM UK time. But before we get into the drop details, let's get into the story, let's get into the history. The story of Aladdin is a classic rags to riches tale. It has the handsome young hero, it has the beautiful princess, and it has the classic evil villain. And let's face it, what's a fairy tale without a genie or two? Aladdin is a 1992 film. Of course, this is an animated musical, film produced by Walt Disney Feature Animation Studio and released by Walt Disney Pictures. The film was produced and directed by John Musker and Ron Clements. It was actually first written as a screenplay. Aladdin follows the story of an Arabian street urchin who finds a magical lamp containing a genie. With the genie's help, Aladdin disguises himself as a wealthy prince and tries to impress the Sultan's daughter. Of course, this is a free-spirited princess, Princess Jasmine. Of course, the evil Jafar plots to steal the magical lamp for his own uses. Aladdin was also the 31st Disney animated feature film, but only the 4th produced during the Disney Renaissance period, which that essentially is Disney's most famous period. And that is of course when the animation desk was used. This film was one of the highest grossing at the time, earning 504 million worldwide. Now the story of the creation of Aladdin is a little bit murky. The tale Aladdin is actually found in the story of the Arabian Nights tales, also known as 1001 Nights. Now if you do recognise that, I've actually mentioned that a few times in this channel before. The stories are a series collection and they have quite a few films based after them. Of course there's a story of Alibaba, which of course we included in the Alibaba video, as the company Alibaba actually got their name from them.
Well, Alibaba had them 40 thieves, Scheherazade had 1,000 tales.
Well, Alibaba, he had them 40 thieves, Scheherazade had 1,000 tales.
They have loads of other stories including Aladdin and even Sinbad the Sailor. We even see it tie into the history and the creator of Astro Boy, Osamu Tezuka. He did in fact do a version of 1001 Nights as an anime feature film. Now the stories were first in Arabic and then translated in 1704 after being told to another person. It was actually this translated version where Aladdin actually came to exist. So imagine it as a Chinese whisper, as you will. It was a story told so many times the person that told it actually changed it over the years from the book, and then the translator he actually told then changed it to his own version. So as I say, like a Chinese whisper. Now the original Aladdin story is definitely somewhat different to the Disney films. First off, it's actually set in China. Aladdin is actually Chinese. In fact, the only one that's not Chinese in this story is a wicked magician from the north of Africa. Some scenes are actually in North Africa, but mostly in China. Also, Aladdin is not orphaned, he's actually a lazy teen living at home with his mother. His father actually died of, yes, disappointment. The city of Agrabah itself was in fact added to the Disney films. It's not in any of the books. The Disney animators took inspiration from Baghdad. Disney also dropped some characters from a tale, including Aladdin's mum and the second genie. Yes, there was a second genie. The second genie was actually a slave of a magic ring, which Aladdin received from an evil magician, the African one. Aladdin did go on to have 2 sequels in 1994 and 1996, but never caught the same success. So we have to mention it, we all know the live remake did happen. The controversy about Will Smith playing the genie was real. And of course, to follow the late Robin Williams, whoever it was to land that part was always doomed to fail. Although Will Smith definitely shouldn't have been in that role. Oh, wow! Now the film was actually directed by Guy Ritchie. This is one of the most famous, best English directors. But please guys, stick to Snatch and Lockstock. When the producers and the directors actually writ Aladdin, they only had one actor in mind to play the genie, and that was Robin Williams. Now in the 90s, Hollywood A-listers weren't really into doing animated films. The writers even knew that if they had to approach Robin, they had to do it in a special dynamic way. Eric Goldberg, the genie's supervising animator, actually took this upon himself. He actually took a bit where Robin Williams discussed schizophrenia and then animated it. So the scene in the movie where the genie grows multiple heads and then argues with himself was actually only made so they could cast Robin Williams and persuade him to play the role. Of course, as soon as Williams saw the mock-up, he was sold.
Good morning, Vietnam!
And instantly the rest was history. After Robin Williams' success in the role, Disney then used this plan for most of their feature films. And of course more actors took the animated voice roles, knowing that a legend like Robbie Williams did that as well. Also another fun fact for you, voice actor for Jafar has played himself ever since the first movie. So he is actually in a stage musical right now playing Jafar and singing as Jafar. Also, another thing I had to double check 100 million times, Aladdin was drawn after the looks of Tom Cruise mixed with a Calvin Klein model, and Jasmine was actually based off one of the writer's sisters. That must have been a fun conversation every time she walked in the office.
Sugar dates and figs, sugar dates and pistachios.
Would the lady like a necklace? A pretty necklace for a pretty lady.
Disney Aladdin Diamond in the Rough series drop into the VV app Friday the 22nd of September, 8 AM PT, which of course is 4 PM UK time. List price for this collectible is going to be 40 gems. Of course, these are all FAs and the first public edition for sale of 41. A total of 90 editions will be kept by VV and the licensed source. Of course, it is a blind box waitlist format. Now, the first rarity is the genie himself, animated with sound and the only animated with sound. This variation is classed as a rare and it will be mint in 2,594 editions. And the good thing about this drop, it actually looks like the original version. So with that being said, let's play the animation now. So the ultra rare variant is Aladdin himself. He will be mint in 1,994 editions, and this is the release year of the second film, by the way. Now the secret rare is definitely the best one. I really do like this collectible. It's actually beautiful. She is the secret rare and she is mint in 994, and again this is really beautiful. Now of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big one. It's the last of the 5 pencils. To craft the animation desk, you will need all 5 pencils. If you don't know that, please go back to my Wreck-It Ralph video, that will explain there. So on the purchase of this blind box, you will receive 1 airdrop pencil. And please remember, only mint once because you're only going to get 1 pencil. It's 1 pencil per series. You will actually get airdropped your pencil on the 23rd of October. You have until the 31st of the 12th, 2023 to craft the animation desk. And again, the same disclaimer is at the bottom saying essentially the airdrop could change in any way. But it does also say the series name, so that could essentially be down to just a long timeline to get the pencils and the 5 sets to be released. So basically covering themselves just in case any of the series names change over the next couple of months. So the collectibles are actually really nice. I'm glad to see we got the originals. As always, the pencil worst case is going to be worth 15 to 20 gems, so the risk is essentially 20 to 25 gems. So before you go for this drop, all you got to ask yourself is this collectible going to be worth 25 gems to you? If it's a yes, you should probably go for this drop. And again, this is the last pencil of the series, so the pencil may go a bit higher than all the rest. Also, from here on out, they may start increasing in prices. Now, I would like to see the genie would be going over box price because it's actually really cool. But again, a lot of the time it is based on rarity and it is based on mints. So I do see the VV fam dumping this to around about 25 gems. I'm definitely a bit disappointed we got no monkey, we didn't get a poo. But I do think the Jasmine collectible is absolutely beautiful and that's the one I'm after. So all in, if you get this 5th pencil on the drop, it's probably cost me around 100 gems. So that's definitely not as costly as the Hulk airdrop, the Neymar airdrop or the Infinity Stone. So I would definitely say 100 gems is worth the desk in my eyes to see what we're going to get out of it. So anyway, I've been your host, Bob Sales. This time next year, we will be millionaires. A peace.
The funniest merchandise this side of the River Jordan on sale today. Come on down. Oh, look at this. I have never seen one of these intact before. This is the famous Dead Sea Tupperware. Listen. Ah, still good.